All right, what's up, everyone? Daddy Warbucks here, and today we are continuing our playthrough of Call of Cthulhu. This series has been brought to us by Tarantagash, and since he is the keeper, I'm going to turn it over to him so that he can set us up for today. All right.
Trying to be serious, man.
All right, Tarantagash.
Yeah.
Yep, look at you, not even ready.
I am ready. It's
No.
Repo sending me stuff, sending me text messages, make me laugh. Trying to be
You're supposed to be on like serious and woo,
yeah,
Cthulhu stuff.
That's right.
Cough.
There you go. I coughed for you.
Are you gonna set us up?
Oh, are you live?
Yes.
Oh, I did not know that. I apologize.
That's why I tabbed over, and then you're talking the whole time, and
I don't see you live on
fuck
Twitch.
it, we'll just fix it all in post.
I didn't see you live on Twitch, so that's why I asked. Like I have the Twitch open, and I don't see you live on there. Oh, there you are.
Oh,
sweet.
My god.
You fix it in post. It's fine. Welcome to the Call of Cthulhu Monday nights for all of the people that are watching. Last week, we played our very first game in this wonderful new RPG system for Warbucks' channel. And got the 5 people playing together to get, go on their first little adventure. They found a sarcophagus of some sort. It seemed to link to a evil spirit that was in a house. They went to go banish that spirit. A few of them nearly paid the ultimate price for trying to banish that spirit. At the end of the day, the party did win out. And upon returning to Arkham and going to the hospital, a professor that they consulted with on getting the hieroglyphics on the sarcophagus translated advised them that they needed to head to London as soon as they could to speak with a Julius Smith, professor at a university in London. And so, near the end of the year, right after Christmas, the 5 of them boarded a cruise ship. Nice. All expenses paid. First class passage. As they made their way to jolly old London. And on the way, they were given this brief dossier about Professor Julius Smith and what they could learn about him as they make their travels across the ocean. They get to spend New Year's Eve on this cruise, coming into port in London on January 2nd. Tuesday, January 2nd, 1923. Frozen margaritas? I don't believe they have frozen margaritas back then.
Oh, yeah, you're probably right. It would be on the rocks, I suppose, then.
Most likely. As you guys exit the boat, there is a man standing there at the port waiting for you. He has a sign that says Arkham University, Miskatonic University, and it has your names listed on it. He's a older man. He's got a short-cut hair, 5 o'clock shadow, all gray, kind of a scowlish face, white tie, white shirt with high collar, short jacket, and vest on him. He's dutifully waiting for you to arrive. What would you like to do?
I suppose we should approach.
That'd be the most sensible thing.
Okay, you walk up to him.
Is this the contact that we were meeting?
You don't know. You can only send. You can't send like pictures back and forth. You just have you had a description of what was provided, and you assume somebody's going to meet you here at the docks, and this is a person looks like they're here to meet you at the docks.
Are you Dr. Smith?
The guy looks at you. No, I am his servant, Beddoes. I'm afraid Mr. Smith, or Professor Smith, is quite busy this week. He has a Challenger Trust lecture coming up on Friday, which is going to accommodate all of his time as he prepares for such a prestigious event. We've tickets for you. You can meet him there for the first time on Friday, the 5th. At which point, on Saturday, we will have you over for early supper, and we can discuss the item that he has asked you to bring with you. You did bring it with you, did you?
Fred checks his pockets. Oh, crap. Do you have it? Mr. Moore?
No. What item?
The golden item you found recently.
Oh, you mean that sarcophagus? You mean that sarcophagus?
Yes. I suppose that was the item. I don't know much of my man's research, but he did want an item brought so that he could review some of the writings, I believe, inside of it. This is what he had mentioned. We have set you up at a hotel. We've set you up at a hotel.
How many stars is this hotel? Because I would like to stay in the best ones.
It is a good hotel.
The relevant question is, we each have our own room, right? I will not share lodgings with an officer of the law. Clearly, a government plant here to observe all of our activities. I'm on to you.
Beddoes gives you a peculiar look, but he's like, yes, of course, you are all relative strangers of each other. I assumed you would want separate rooms. They're all on the same floor. You will be at the Midland Grand at St. Pancras Station. It's a nicely priced hotel over by the railway. You will not be disturbed by the rail. It, of course, does not run at night because we're not savages.
Yeah, like this guy here. And then he kind of thumbs over to Boomer.
So do you have your bags and everything, I'm assuming?
Yeah, I got my steamer trucks full. They got little wheels on them. Technology.
That is quite impressive, sir. Well, we have this taxi waiting, as well as my vehicle, and I will drive you over there. The taxi will follow. You will have a few days in London to, look around if you'd like. There are various things you can go visit. Obviously, there's the Tower of London and London Bridge. All the touristy things you'll have free reign to look around the city at. There's the British Museum, of course. Everybody loves the British Museum, and other things in the area that might be fun, like the St. Paul's Cathedral and the Albert Museum. Various things that'll keep you busy up until Friday. And at which point they get in the car. Do you guys get in the car? Let's go.
I'll get in the car. Is there like a riding in taxis skill?
Is there a what?
A riding in taxis?
No, there's not a riding in taxi skill. You're not going to be driving the machinery, but sure, you can roll on it. So
you crash and burn.
You crash and you fall out of the taxi and you roll away.
Hey, PB&J,
so you guys are, I think the port in London is over on this side of the map. So they drive you basically over to here where St. Pancras Station is. And he takes you to a hotel. It's pretty nice. It's a pretty nice place. It's probably a little low class for Brandon, but everyone else is probably the nicest hotel you've ever been in. And
how nice of a hotel?
It's probably like a 4-star.
I heard about this place. This is where the power elite come to commingle as they plan their nefarious deeds.
Beddoes looks.
They're probably waiting on you, Mr. Boomer.
I don't know that any elites would stay in such a place. I mean, this is a nice hotel, of course, but if they were going to stay anywhere. They'd probably stay at their homes, don't you think?
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't listen to this one's lies. See, he's trying to cover up the fact, but I am onto you. You won't silence me.
Right. Well, sir, I will do my best not to silence you. And here is your hotel. And he walks in with you and gets you guys checked in. You will be checked in for the next 2 weeks, so that we can go over the item on Tuesday nights, and then we'll have a week of research. After which, if need be, we can extend your stay here, or we can get you on the next steamer back to the United States.
I'm going to walk into the hotel room.
Sure.
And I'm gonna take out my Zippo lighter, and I'm gonna walk up to like the mirrors, and I'm gonna hold the flame of the lighter real close to the mirror with one hand, while I cup the other one around my eyes and start pressing it to the glass.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Getting a really good look at your eyes. Your eyes are just.
Dude.
What you looking for there, Boomer? I don't think that wall is thick enough to be a room.
I'm checking for two-way mirrors, listening devices, other things that they would use to eavesdrop on our conversations.
Give me a listen check.
Oh shit. Oh no, he's making me roll things. Where is it? There it is. Hey!
As you listen in your room, you hear almost nothing. I mean, you are right next to a train station, and yet you don't hear any kind of train or anything in the nearby area. It's a very sound tight room. It's quite.
What floor are we on?
You're probably on the. Let's say you're on the 10th floor. Why not?
And what time is it?
Well, you came in on a cruise around 8. You could probably disembarked around 10. Probably took a bit of time to get over. I'd say it's probably about 2.
Yeah. So where's the luggage guy at? I don't want to have to carry all this stuff myself.
Oh, they have bellboys that would have taken the luggage up to your rooms.
Excellent.
Yes. So you're
Frank
all.
would have done it himself.
Look around my room and see see what it's like. Check the drawer for a little Bible, that kind of thing.
Oh, of course, yeah. There's a King James Bible in the drawers.
I see you're looking for listening devices too. Uh-huh. Maybe you're not as foolish as you look.
Definitely.
How do you?
I'll like open up the Bible and like, see, there's nothing in here. I like flip through the pages.
Hey! Don't handle the Lord's book so callously, son. I'm gonna need you to treat that there piece of parchment with the reverence it deserves.
So Boomer's headed to everyone's room to check and make sure that they're taking
That's right.
care of.
I may not like you personally, but I don't want any of us picking up a government tail, okay?
We already have a government tail, Mr. Boomer.
He's not here at the moment. We lost him on the way to Europe.
As Carl's with you. He's with you. He's just very quiet.
Where did you come from?
I thought Mr. Brandon was our official government escort.
Yes. The hotel and check in, get your rooms. They advise you that breakfast is served at the dining hall downstairs. This all comes with the room. 6:30 to 9. Then the dining hall closes and reopens at 11 for lunch and closes at 1:30. And then it reopens at 5:30 for dinner and goes to 7:30.
Do we have to pay for room service?
Everything is covered.
Oh, sweet. Fred would definitely be ordering some drinks and just kind of chilling in his room for the first day.
Oh, they don't have.
I have a question about the food services that are available complimentary, of course.
If you want alcohol, you need to go to the bar downstairs and get it. You can have it sent to your room through room service.
In that case, I would do that.
All right, so you spend the first day acclimating, I'm guessing? Okay.
Yeah, pretty much.
Acclimating to alcohol.
Yeah.
And let me
You're in an area that's about 5 hours different
Wayne,
time.
thank you for the subscription, man. Appreciate that very much.
So that's
Welcome
your
to the
first
family.
day there is the Tuesday. You have a couple days left. You have the Wednesday and Thursday and most of the day Friday to do what you wish
And,
in the city before
Ribos.
the lecture that you've been invited to go to. Is there anything particular you guys want to do in those days? You just want to...
Mr. Moore will invite Mr. Crumb to go to a legal speakeasy.
Oh.
Oh.
And Mr. Boomer if he'd like to come as well, but
Yeah, because alcohol is legal in Europe.
Oh.
he might mention it to Brandon. Might, but government guy. You mean I don't know.
Ha
I don't know if
ha.
he'll
You gotta stay at the hotel. Snitch.
offer, just not expect him to take him up on it. It's like we're gonna go and visit one of these legal.
Right, bro, we can't have any narcs with us.
I don't think he knows. But yeah, Fred Crumb would definitely want to go to the speakeasy.
Sure. There's definitely nice bars around the area. There's dive bars in the area as well if you want to go to a cheap place. You will be spending your own money at these bars.
How dare you?
I know.
We go to bars and we ask
Spending
around and see
money.
if there's any rumors around town. Sometimes people tell rumors at bars. So I hear.
Sure. There's the Oriental Club, which is a nice little place in Soho. There's some hotels over there as well. It's over by Buckingham Palace. Over here.
I don't know about you guys, but I, for one, would like to go see Buckingham Palace.
Yeah, that
Sure.
sounds pretty cool. High class, bro. I like your style.
High class? No, you idiot. That's where the Freemasons assemble.
Yeah, those guys got some pretty high class, right? Like, they're loaded.
Where
Well,
is
while sober, Fred Crumb would like to go to that museum that you were talking about, and
What?
he would the Britain one.
The British Museum or the Victoria and Albert Museum?
What's the difference?
The British Museum, it's a British museum and library. It's got a famous manuscripts and letters and whatnots. There's a reading room. It does require a membership, being somebody of an academic reference. You could probably get that from Beddoes. The Victoria and Albert one is the most fascinating museum in the world. Famous architecture, furniture, sculptures, and metalwork, jewelry, embroidery, pottery, and glass may be studied here. Either in original or a replica.
That one.
You would want to go to that one. There is a marble faun and Michelangelo's David there.
Ooh.
Oh, I heard from a reliable source that if we investigate the genitals on Michelangelo's David, there are clues that allude to the identity of Jack the Ripper, who I'm sure, as you know, if you've read my books, was an agent of Buckingham Palace who was sent to destroy illegitimate heirs to the throne. It's all true, and I'd like to verify it for myself.
Do you?
You just want to deal with his junk, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with
Okay,
How
so
dare you?
what you like.
on Wednesday, you guys get up, you have breakfast, they give you newspapers, you can read the British news and see what's going on, and then you make your way over to
What is going on?
South Kensington. It's just regular 1930, 20 stuff and people getting along with their life. Kensington is over here. Yeah. And the number 6 is actually where you're going, right here. I have you on the map, right? I'm on the same map as you guys, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're on the map.
Good.
We're
You
going
just
to Kensington.
Okay.
And number 6 is the museum. You guys can go over there and spend your day there. You want to look at the genitals of David? You can. It's roped off, obviously, because it's a priceless work of art.
Pull out my binoculars.
Sure, you pull out your binoculars, and you want to do a spot hidden check. See if you can figure out information.
Oh yes, of course.
Is this for the genital inspection?
This is genital inspection.
Oh,
You said spot hidden. Yeah, that is a thing.
All right, this is a little weird, but I guess I could help you look around this guy's nuts.
So,
Mr. Crumb.
No. Listen, you're not looking at the You're supposed to look past the genitals.
Like
at the perineum area. That's where the Freemason messages are hidden. Look.
You can try and push that roll if you want, but there will be consequences.
Mr. Crumb, please tell me that you're not entertaining this foolishness.
You can't make out quite anything from the current look. You see it, and you think you see something written in there, but you can't make it out. And you think you need to be very close. Your binoculars are just not cutting it.
Can Brandon try to help him out and look down there, like really bend over backwards and like get a good view?
No, you can't get underneath it because it's roped off. It is
roped off. Oh, can I try to just cut my hands around my eyes and get a good fake binocular view?
You would have a penalty. So you can roll a spot hidden, but you'd have a penalty die on it.
All right.
Roll the penalty.
Oh my gosh.
Still succeed. It looks like a really exquisitely sculpted pair of testicles.
Oh man, I gotta hand it to those sculptors. They really knew their stuff.
No, you're supposed to look past the genitals. What have I done to this game?
I don't know, man. You're the one looking at the balls. I don't know. I'm just playing along. I'm doing what I'm
He's telling you to look at the butt.
What you're looking for, it's like a compass in a circle, right? But like a sailor's compass.
Boomer, would you like to try and push your roll? You're welcome to try it, but again,
I don't know what that means.
You can try and re-roll it if you can think of another way to approach the situation. I told you the binoculars didn't give you a close enough detail, and if you needed to, if you got really right up on it, you probably have a better shot at maybe succeeding. But again,
Mr. Crumb would walk away and look at something else while they're doing that.
Another way to get a better look. Oh yeah, I got the perfect answer. I'm gonna pull out my revolver and start threatening people so that they run. No, I'm kidding. Obviously, I don't do that.
Sure, I don't suspect you would. What would you like to do?
Shout. This is how we do things in America. As I wave the gun around.
Push. Going back over push. You can re-roll the skill you rolled if you can think of another way to approach it. So, like I said, the binoculars weren't working. The only way you could do it is if you crossed the velvet rope, jumped up on the statue, and held the part in your hand and tried to roll it again.
No, failing to see any evidence of Freemason shenanigans. I'm convinced they've moved the evidence. We should move on.
Okay, so you guys spend the day in the museum. Some of you associating with Boomer, some of you not so much. And you make it back to the hotel after a day's spent. You get your dinner, and you can do anything you want in the evening.
Did they have like an Egyptian area, like a section in that hotel, or not hotel, the museum? Or is it just like arts?
It's all arts. It's all arts. It's Venus de Milo. There's a bunch of very nice art stuff.
Then the other museum would probably be better for that stuff. Okay.
The other one's more of a library.
Okay. All right. Sweet.
Yeah. So yeah, that's your Wednesday spent. So you go back to the hotel. Thursday morning, up and at 'em. What do you guys want to do?
We should maybe we brought that weird thing with us. Maybe we should discuss it, like the sarcophagus, right? Or the thing.
Sure.
I mean, we don't know anything about it.
Well, yeah, exactly. That's my point. We should try to find some stuff out about it.
Okay.
Well, the museum that we have to go to, the library, has a membership, and we can't quite get in there right now. But I reckon Mr. Smithkin or Dr. Smith or Professor Smith or whoever will help us out there.
Yeah, you can send a message to the Smith household, and if you wanted to do that.
Yeah.
There might be a secret message on his testicles, too.
Oh.
All right, so you guys send a message over to Beto or over to the Smith household. You know where it is. Beto's giving you the contact information for reaching them. Within, you spend the morning in the hotel, waiting, and then Beto sends a messenger to you via taxi. Here's a certificate from the university allowing you access to the British Museum and Library. It's in Soho.
Nice.
Which is here. It's not too far away. It's maybe a couple miles.
So yeah, I guess we'd go off and try to investigate if there's anything related to the sarcophagus that we found.
Sure, yeah.
I'm not very library, savvy, but I reckon Mr. Boomer and is.
Okay.
Okay. Yes, because you wrote
a freaking book. I reckon you're good with books.
Well, yes, of course. I've written many books, but usually my sources don't involve any reading. I'm a shoes to the pavement kind of guy. I talk to the people, and they give me their truth.
Okay.
Oh. Okay.
I'm comfortable in the library, Mr. Crumb.
You're uncomfortable in the library?
No, I'm comfortable using the library.
Okay, cool, Mr. Moore. I'll.
Yeah, back in university, in the military university, we had a library. I had to use it sometimes.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
we had to use one every now and then. I know a little bit of record keeping and stuff, but that wasn't my job.
Yeah, so you guys make your way over to the British Museum and Library. It has a reading room attached to it. A famous reading room. Plenty of illuminated books and famous manuscripts. And books that have pictures in them if you're not a reader. What would you, those of you that are going to go there, what would you like to research? Just hieroglyphics or
I'd like to see if I can find any information about creatures like the one we saw.
Creatures like the one you saw. All right. Give me a library use. Roll.
There it is.
You do not find any kind of information about it. You think you're on the right track for about half of the rest of the day. You're like, oh, I'm following this trail. And then you get to the next book. Oh, it's in this next book. You go down this line of books. You think you've found it. You finally pinpoint. You get the book that you think you're supposed to read, and there's nothing in it.
I'm going to look see if they have anything on local or weird things in Massachusetts that maybe we couldn't find there. For some odd phenomena.
Sure. Give me a library use. You equally are you just don't find it. Most of the books you find, you're trying to find stuff about Massachusetts, and the only thing that's really about Massachusetts, there's a very small American history section in this library. It's mostly to do with London and British history. Every time you would look at something, it links to the actual London or England location. So you're like, I'm gonna look at XYZ and look up Arkham, and there's an Arkham location in England, and so you're getting all the information from England and nothing about America. And that's the day of research. Fred.
All right, I guess I'm gonna try to see if there's any other like a book of artifacts, Egyptian artifacts. See if I can find anything else.
Okay, give me libraries.
Oof. Okay.
You find a book written for children about the pyramids, and it's very engrossing. So engrossing, and the detail of this book is so engrossing that you just completely forget about what else you were doing, and you read it the rest of the day.
You guys are looking in all the wrong places. You see, what you need to be doing is looking up the use of Egyptian symbology in the workings of the occult organizations such as the Golden Dawn or the OTO, or maybe the inner workings of whatever was going on back home. So why don't we look up occult symbology related to Egypt?
All right, library use, please.
Ah, damn it! I thought you'd say occult.
No.
Hey, what up, bitches?
Now,
library use.
Now I need a luck roll.
Oh no. Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Okay.
You spectacularly. So you think again you're on the right track with like how Brandon was, and you found a little bit of information that you might think would lead you to the right location. You find some information saying maybe you should go to the Bibliothèque Nationale in Paris. That might give you some information that you're looking for, but anything that's here in London or here in this library, there's just no information you can find.
I see the OTO has already covered their tracks here.
So you guys spend your day there. The library closes at 6 o'clock, so you kick down there then, and hey, make your way back to the hotel. Anything else you'd like to do on this Thursday?
I say we go back to the bar, man. This place is boring.
I like that idea.
Okay.
Mr. Crumb would probably talk to Mr. Moore about his findings on the Egyptian pyramids as if he was reading like a very hard book. Oh yeah, there are pictures and everything. And it's like really basic knowledge stuff. So or like basic Egyptian knowledge stuff, but he doesn't really read into that. And so he thinks he's like,
crack the code.
Yeah, cracking the code slowly but sure.
They're shaped like what?
They're shaped like big freaking triangles, man. Like big freaking 3D triangles.
So I'm gonna tap Mr. Moore on the shoulder. I'm like, now look, I'm gonna show you how you get information more so than going to some stupid library. Let's head to that bar.
Are you gonna stare at someone's testicles while we're at the bar?
I mean, if it's gonna give me a story, then I may be interested. Either that, or I would sell him some of my patented perineum cream. That is a real product that I have endorsed. I'm not making this up. You should look that up. Alex Jones perineum cream.
No. Okay, so you guys go out drinking on your Thursday night. Nice bar in the area.
I do not drink. Okay. Instead, I would offer drinks to the locals and try to get the opportunity to talk to them, to get them telling me about local lore, different histories, things they may know or have heard, to try and gain information that way. Like I said, shoes to the pavement, talking to the people, have them tell me their truth.
As you throw around drinks like that, 3 or 4 very interestingly dressed women spend their time around you, and as they tell you their stories. It's apparent to Fred immediately that these women are all ladies of the night, and being a police officer, Fred figures that out pretty quickly, and
is it legal here in London, or is it illegal?
I believe it's legal at this point in time. So yeah, it's just these 4 women. They're all just loving these free drinks that Mr. Boomer is providing them.
Well, I am happy to accommodate each of you, but I really do need you to tell me some of what I don't get it. I need you to tell me what you have heard and or seen.
And they tell you stories about what they've seen and done, and places they've been, and then they, several of them proposition you to, go home with them.
What are you gonna give me an exclusive? You gonna?
It'll be exclusive, all right.
Give me some details that we're not able to discuss here in public. Is that it? Who are you being followed?
Two of them would nod enthusiastically that there's several things they cannot discuss in public with you here.
Listen, I know the order, okay? And I know how to spot them when they are following somebody. I can protect you. You need to be forward. Is it him? I'm just gonna point at some random schmuck in the bar.
They look at you as you continue to talk to them. They look at you again. The peculiar look that Beddoes gave you earlier in the week. They're both looking at you like you're a crazy person now, and they thank you kindly for your time and leave you alone.
Okay, yeah, but you glossed over the important bit. What did they tell me?
No.
Anything of use or value?
No, nothing of use or value.
No, local stories, legends.
Local stories, legends. They talk about the Jack the Ripper story that existed that you're very well aware of. But there's no legends or local stories that they can tell you. They're just women looking for an easy mark. You look like one until you started talking. At which point they're like, "No, that's crazy. That even they don't want to deal with." They move on to the next man.
I think those ladies were OTO initiates. Mm-hmm.
They wanted to initiate you into something, that's for sure.
I don't understand. I do believe
no,
they were trying to lure us away from the group so that they could remove us from the equation.
I think they wanted to tag team you, sir. A little
yes,
2-on-1 action.
They wanted to gang up on me and beat me into submission so that I would not tell my story. But I will not be silenced.
Fred is going to heartily chuckle and put his glass up to Mr. Morse.
They weren't interested in your story. They were going to give you a new one to tell.
But they refused to talk to me. I mean,
oh my God! Never mind. No, boom.
All right. So having a fruitless night in the bar, Boomer and the rest of you get your fill and drink and head back to the hotel. Get your night's rest in, and it is now Friday morning. And you have a speech given by Dr. Julius Smith, the man you've come to see, and then. So, is there anything you want to do during the day?
Where is his speech at? Do we know?
It is at the Imperial Institute in Kensington. Okay. It's over here.
Let's see. We went there.
It's at it's at nighttime. There's going to be a brief dinner. There's going to be a dinner beforehand where you guys are all going to be you have a table to yourselves. It starts at 5:00. It is a somewhat of a formal affair, so you probably want to wear your best suits.
Red would be looking fly.
Mr. Crumb, would you like to check out where your fancy British friends do your sort of work at New Scotland Yard?
Are you talking about police offices? Or
sure.
The Fez of the London, I suppose. I can stop by there before we head on over.
I'm just looking for something nearby. We checked out the museum, and I'm not much for testicle watching for another day. The other option is the Houses of Parliament, but I believe that Boomer will find every secret that they have, and I'm not sure the world's ready for that yet.
Hey, Boomer, after hearing the first part of that sentence, he throws his hands up like, thank you! But then when you say the second part, he yes, they're not! That's...
Yeah, I guess, before we go off to this party or whatnot, would I have enough time to stop by the police station and, the investigator's office?
Yeah, you can go to a police station. If you go to the New Scotland Yard if you want. You can stop by there about 3,
Okay, yeah, I'd stop by there and just I'd flash my American badge and just, like, hey, I'm just investigating something.
The officer at the front desk looks at it and goes,
Whoa.
"Oh, you're an American then, eh? Well, welcome to London, I suppose."
Wait. Time out, brother. Appointed Brandon. You're a cop.
No, I'm not a cop, bro. I'm just a military officer.
Military. And I point to Fred. You're a cop.
Yes.
And then G-Man is so... How? What? Who? Boomer's just...
What's wrong with that man? He seems a little off kilter.
Yeah, he's off his freaking rocker. But anyways, so we were just investigating some murders over there and everything that had happened that, people would
We're just
think
investigating some murders. No big deal.
no big deal. That, they were, people think that it's by supernatural means, blah, blah, blah. And, I'm just trying to get down, the logical sense of it. And he's saying that as he's, like, having flashbacks about the thing that damn near killed him. But, he's like, so, have you heard any wacko stories around here?
Go ahead and give me a charm roll. See if he'll give you anything.
Oh boy. Okay. Let's see here. Charm. Oh no, I am not charming. Hold
he
on.
looks at you and he's like, he's this hard guy. He's this hard, police officer. He looks like he's been working for, a good 15, 20 years, and he's at the desk and he's just looking at you like, well, we don't really know much about supernatural stuff. Maybe you should go talk to somebody else who isn't here. We don't deal in supernatural, and really, I think you're...
I personally don't think so.
Do we need to commit you to St. Bart's so you can talk to a doctor about your supernatural things?
Listen here,
Fred, I don't think you're gonna get anywhere with these ones.
I don't think there's anything supernatural.
Pulling at your elbow.
I'm talking about reports about supernatural things, because they could be. Never mind. I am not kidding.
It's on the supernatural say.
Supernatural. Do we need to call the sanity wagon to get this guy over to the
Easday Eyes Gay are a they're Lance Pay. They're One Ud Gay Eyes Gay.
All right, Boomer, bro. I think you've had enough to drink.
All right, I think it's safe to say we're not going to get anywhere here, and we can just go back to the thing.
Okay. So you guys make your way over to the Imperial Institute in Kensington. And you have a nice dinner. People are wearing tuxedos and gowns and splendid dress uniforms. I'm sure, you're wearing your nicest clothes that you have available to you. And after, a nice dinner, you're stuck talking to Boomer the entire time, unfortunately.
Because you guys are. I'm a great conversationalist.
But after, after 2 hours of dinner, the you're all ushered into a amphitheater. Nice little theater area, and you're about 5 rows from the front. And a man walks out onto the stage, a bulky gentleman, got a big bushy mustache going down the handlebars, and he comes up to the podium. He's like, "Ladies and gentlemen, I am Dr. Julius Smith. And I am here to prove to you, not prove, however, so much as discuss the matter that piques my interest and should pique your interest today. Categories of repetitious phenomena offering no simple elucidation I refer to as the poltergeist, or as the traveler who suddenly finds himself dozens or thousands of miles, or years even, from where they stood moments before, and to the haunting. My presentation tonight concerns the last. I say haunting and not ghost or spirit, because alone such epiphenomenal haunters can be buildings or lanterns, coaches and 4 swords, and so on, as well as men or women, or dogs, bears, processions, even armies worldwide. The stores of casual antidote concerning haunters is enormous. I say epiphenomena because haunters are not linked to a specific observer, and hauntings presumably occur with or without human witness, as we shall see. Thus, perception of such an event is secondary to the event itself. The essential characteristics of the haunters are simple. The person or thing must have existed, must have disappeared in some sense, and then reappeared once or many times. The location of the phenomena may stay the same, or it may change. That which reappears may be partial and insubstantial, or it may be solid and real seeming, as any member of tonight's illustrious gathering. No other conditions are needed. And at which point he brings out a slide projector with 3 different hauntings detailed. One of them, a fishing boat. The second one, a Norwegian woman. And the third, a London hansom cab. Each incident has 3 different positions, allowing the accuracy, and the good doctor goes through each one. Each of these apparitions do not coalesce from points, as most tales describe, but slowly emerge from invisible planes, as if passing through what I detail as curtains of perception. Each is semi-transparent, as you can see, at which point he shows the picture of the boat, and you can see waves going through where the boat is. It has no ripple or froth against it. It seems to have no resistance to the water. You can look at the sail, and it's flapping in the wind, but there seems to be no cutting along the water. Each apparition has got a specific glow about it. He puts a different lighting scenario on each of the pictures, and you can see a bordering glow, like an ionization around each of the poltergeists which he represents. Each of these apparitions seem to be moving at a slower rate as opposed to the surroundings around them. And again, he goes to the boat, and it looks like the waves are pushing pretty rapidly with the wind, and then the sail itself isn't blowing with that same banter or movement. Or the Norwegian woman is unusually fast down the staircase, or the horse-drawn hansom cab its tail switching like violently with very mysterious gestures. As you can see, each one of these is acting in a peculiar manner as opposed to the environment that's surrounding them. Not necessarily in a way that they would normally behave. And all 3 of these apparitions seem to have disappeared, but not been killed or destroyed. Although this is not necessarily 100% true in all cases. It seems to be the case in these 3 apparitions. There are some instances where apparitions seem to have some sort of malleable touch to them, although one may have to wait many lifetimes for such a chance for that to happen. Each of these are not uniformly preserved, though. You can see there's some sort of translucency between all 3 of them. It is my belief that such hauntings represent clues concerning a natural universe, much larger and much stranger than we imagine. The walls that we perceive to have as normality have subtle flexibilities. Spectral hauntings I have discussed represent attempts, perhaps random, perhaps purposeful, certainly unsuccessful, to return to this time and space by elements it somehow removes. If we are energetic and not a little lucky in our observations, students of the paraphysicality may one day be able to move up and down in time, or to travel globally in minor effort, or to perceive that which lies completely beyond our senses. What waits beyond remains the supreme question which, for the present, each must answer for themselves. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed this lecture.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. But how do we know that? How do we know that wasn't just like a camera flare or something?
Sure. No, after you guys, the speech ends, you file out. Everyone's mingling now after the speech. There's many people kind of in their little groups, kind of laughing at the ideas that were projected there. At which point, you guys are in your little group, and Dr. Smith approaches you directly. Ah, you are my American friends that were so. It was very kind of you to show up for me. I cannot wait to get my hands on that item. Unfortunately, this speech preparation, which was very time consuming, kept me from being able to meet with you earlier this week. But I thank you very much for coming tonight. Tomorrow evening, we will have an early dinner at my house, at which point we can more thoroughly discuss the item in question. I don't want to. There are many years here, as you can imagine.
Oh yes, I can respect that quite a deal. So what time and where is your house?
We live over in Paddington. It's off to the west of where you're staying, the southwest a little bit. And from there, he gives you the house number, the address, all that stuff. Tomorrow, come by around 5 in the afternoon, early evening, afternoon. Beddoes will create some sort of extravagant meal for us, and we can go over the item and your experience that you had in Massachusetts. Everyone give me a spot hidden check.
Okay. Hey, Mister, just lay off on the tomatoes, because I'm kind of allergic to tomatoes.
I will let Beddoes know.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
It's about what I expected.
Spot hidden. Where is
Spot hidden.
I swear it's like, okay, there it is.
Okay.
Oh, wow, nice.
All right, 3 of you notice a man. He's got a dark, it's kind of a darker complexion, mustache man, maybe in his mid-30s. Very bushy. He looks young, but the bushy mustache kind of poofs out, and it's got like white ends to it. He's definitely got a foreign look to him. Seemed to have been observing your conversation. He was on the far side of the room near the door. When he notices you see him, he leaves.
Oh, that guy had a pretty nice mustache.
Yeah, it was kind of cool.
Friend of yours, sir?
Did you know that fella?
Smith looks up. I did not see who you were speaking of. He looks over in the direction. I don't know who that was or whom you were speaking
of. Like a young fella, big bushy mustache.
I'm sorry.
Maybe I'll like try to describe him like big fella, small fella, big bushy mustache, kind of young.
I do not. There are many wonderful and amazing people at the university. I'm afraid I do not know who that is.
Fred will wait a few seconds and then leave out the door, to try to, I guess, tail him, but not like, obviously follow him, but just kind of leave and see in what direction it's going.
It takes you a couple minutes to navigate out of the crowd onto the street, and when you get out to the street, you do not see the person whom you spotted.
Dang. Okay. Could I tell like what nationality he was?
You had an extreme, didn't you?
Yeah.
It looked like maybe a Turkish gentleman.
Okay. All right. I guess I'll stick that into my little internal files and smoke a cigarette while I wait on my friends or companions.
Sure. Okay. Smith then excuses himself to go meet with the rest of the congregation of people who are vying for his attention to talk to him about his poltergeist speech. What would you guys like to do? It is probably after the speech. Speech probably took about 30, 45 minutes, and discussion and drinks afterwards. Probably about 8:30, 9 o'clock at night.
Are there any exhibits in the Imperial Institute?
No. It's more of a like a extension off the university there in London. It's like associated with the University of London. Like it's where their oration room would be. Okay. Do you guys just go back to your hotel then?
Yeah, but maybe we should check on our weird eldritch stuff we left back at the hotel.
Okay. All right, you guys get back to your hotel. No issues. You see your sarcophagus is safely within your hotel rooms, and just another day done, right? Yes. So,
yeah, we're making progress.
Yeah, indeed. All right. You guys go to bed, no problems. You get up the next morning and it's breakfast time, and you're all, I'm assuming, all up around the same time eating breakfast downstairs. When you're reading through the newspaper, is anyone not reading the newspaper? Or is everyone reading the newspaper? Or is no one reading the newspaper?
Mr. Moore would definitely be reading the paper looking for coffee and typical American guy thing.
Okay.
I scan the paper religiously, looking for any hints of occult or unusual encounters.
You will be enjoying a full English, though. I mean, everyone would like that for breakfast.
Brandon, are you reading the newspaper or no?
Yeah, I'll read the newspaper.
And Fred?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. I guess if everybody else is, then I'm not going to be left out.
All right. You see this story. I'll orate it to you guys. Man died 3 times in one night. 3 dead bodies in a hotel. Each man carries the same identity. 3 slain men were discovered last night in the London hotel, each bearing positive identification of Mr. Mehmet Makriat of Islington. Each had been stabbed through the heart. Maids at the Chelsea Arms Hotel discovered their remains. The room was also registered in the name of Mr. Makriat. Bona fide papers identify the trio as one man, the Mr. Makriat, who is a Turkish antiquities and arts dealer doing business in the city. The victims bear superficial resemblance, and each had passed as Mr. Makriat since independently arriving in London 3 days ago. Confusingly, the real Mr. Makriat, or at least the man described by neighboring shopkeepers as Mr. Makriat, cannot be found. Police request that he come forth. The passports of these Turkish nationals record independent worldwide travels for each man over the past 3 years. Inspector Fleming of Scotland Yard is at a loss to describe the meaning of the bizarre mystery, but is eager to convey or converse with any other Mehmet Makriats still living.
All right. So you read this article, right? Do you see this? Look.
Yes.
I need all of you to give me a spot hidden check. Okay, Fred and Brandon, you see another article in the paper.
I will also use some luck points to succeed.
Sure. You see this article pop up as you're reading through the paper. Professor's home burns. Fears for his safety. Professor Julius Arthur Smith, a figure well known in academia, was sought today following the burning of his St. John's Woods home under mysterious circumstances. Missing also is Mr. Smith's manservant, one James Beddoes. Witnesses saw a man resembling Beddoes run from the house just before the fire broke out. Anyone knowing the whereabouts of Dr. Smith or Beddoes is requested to contact Detective Sergeant Rigby at Scotland Yard's Arson Division.
Do we have Professor Smith's landline number?
Yes.
Can we try calling him from the hotel phone?
Sure. You connect to the operator connects you to the number, and it just...
Hold on a second. The place that he directed us to, is it in St. John's Woods for his home?
Yes.
Okay.
So, it was his house that burned down, probably. I probably would have relayed the information about that guy to the party, about him being Turkish, probably.
Okay.
And so I'm gonna be like, do you think that it's I don't think it's a coincidence.
It's not. I was trying to tell you, all right? I've seen this before. This is obviously the work of changelings, right? The Aleister Crowley and his Golden Dawn employ the Fey creatures to act as life model decoys for important people within their order. So it wasn't the real Makriot that died, just as changeling decoys. You understand?
I gotta
No.
make no sense at all, but for once, you might be onto something.
Jesus. So I guess Smith is missing. Correct?
Yes.
Oh no.
Oh
Okay. Oh no.
Whoa, nay.
Where would the first place we'd look at?
Well, we could go to his home and have a look ourselves.
Yeah, let's
I
check
agree.
out the burning.
Yeah.
You want to check out what?
Check out his home.
You want to check out his house?
Yeah, the scene of the crime.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, you guys catch a taxi, and it takes you up to the northern part of the city, where around Hampstead, where he's at. And you arrive, and it looks like it's cordoned off. There's several police in the area. One man standing up front, just at the corner of where his house sits on a corner. And it's a very nice house, very, very large house. But you can see the top half of it's basically burned off. It's all blackened. You can see off to the off to the right hand side of the house. There's a standalone garage that seems like it took a little bit of damage, but it's not. It's still standing. The rest of the house is. You can see police picking their way through some of the burnt out remains.
I would flash. Fred would, flash his badge and be like, I know I'm American, but
you're American boy. Oh,
yeah, I figured that that more hands the merrier, because.
Well, we got to investigate it inside, and we've got many officers. We greatly appreciate any help that an American might assist us with, but we got this covered. This is official police business, so.
Well, the thing is that I was just talking to the dude last night, and so
would you know where he is?
Business with we have no idea. That's why I personally want to try to.
When you find out where he is, let us know. We will. We definitely need to talk to him and Beddoes. They both seem to be they are persons of interest at this point.
Well, if maybe I could have a look-see to see where he might, more eyes would help.
Well, you are not a police officer of this area. We cannot let you into this scene.
Excuse me.
Okay.
Hi. Yeah, hello. Excuse me. I'm gonna push my way to the front. Hello. Hi. How are you? You probably know me. My name is Boomer. I'm a very famous author. And, you see, my friend here had invited us over to, discuss some very sensitive materials. It was going to be relevant to my new book, you see. And, although I may not know where he is at present, the information I have regarding our mutual project may be enlightening to you in locating him currently. So maybe it would be beneficial for us all if we go inside and have a chat.
He looks at you a little peculiar, as everyone does with Boomer at this point. I'm just a lowly officer here. And this is a secure crime scene, and you are going to have to stay out.
Now listen, bro. I'm in the U.S. military. Like, you can trust me.
I'm sorry.
When we have finished our investigation, and if you have any relevant information, you can come to the Scotland Yard and speak with our man there.
All right, I guess I need to go get a written form of approval over there, so that way I can have a look-see over here. All right, I guess we shall go all the way back over there. And
As you're leaving, this taxi drives up to you.
Mm-hmm.
And the driver, pulls up next to you. He's like, you folks are you're the American folks. You're the American folks. Here you go. This note here is for you." And he hands you a quick note, and then drives off.
What does it say?
Anyone in particular, or just our group as a whole?
I can't read any of these.
I know, they're all so small in the top left. Come at once. I haven't long. For God's sake, let no one follow you. J.A. Smith.
Ooh.
Yeah, but where is there?
So Boomer starts shouting loudly, "Well, I guess there's nothing going on here. Time for us to leave. No need to follow. We will do as you asked and vacate the premises."
Yes, the front of the card, the calling card, is an address in the Cheapside, low class area in London. That would be very infrequently traveled for somebody such as a Beddoes or a Professor Smith.
Sweet, let's go.
It is over on this side of the map, so it takes you it took you about an hour to get over to his house. It takes you about 3 hours to get across. Well, I was gonna say 2 hours to get across the city. Traffic and all. And you get over there, and
It's only 60 feet, though.
As you're making your way over there, are you walking? Are you taking a cab or?
I don't think I want to walk. I think we should get a cab.
We're in England. We'll take the trolley.
I don't know, man. The cab is here to deliver mail too. That's pretty sick.
Sure. So you guys gonna take a cab over there? Okay. As you get in the cab, everyone give me a spot hidden check. You call a different cab. The one that dropped us off left.
Hiya!
And
I'll use some luck points to make that a success.
Let's see, Fred. You're Fred.
Yeah, so I'll use 3.
And spot hidden, he failed. So you spend 3 to succeed. Okay.
Yep.
You notice as you're all getting into this taxi, there's a man with a darker complexion, kind of in a vehicle, looking at you guys as you get in.
Do I recognize him in his
No,
like,
no, he looks like another Turkish gentleman, just not the one you met last night.
I think I'm feeling a little car sick. I need to take a walk over there. How long of a walk would it be?
To walk to where the guy is watching you?
No. To walk to where? Oh, wait, no. It's somebody watching us from outside the cab. It's not the driver.
Right.
Okay.
This is over here when you're trying to get a cab to go over to the location. There at this location here at his house, his burnt out house. There's a man in a car watching you. With
Okay. In that case, I thought you were talking about the driver. Okay, in that case, Fred Crumb would probably look at Mr. Moore and just kind of elbow him a little bit, and then do the whole eyeball thing over there towards his car, not trying to make it like super obvious, and just be like, it looks like another one of them Turkish boys who is causing trouble or getting killed, or you know about the paper. Wait, is he gone?
He was AFK.
Oh shoot. Well, all right. I guess I'll say that to Brandon then.
Oh yeah.
We should keep an eye out on that car as we're driving.
Okay. So you guys get in the cab and head on your way, and
yeah. I will tell the cab. I'll hand him some extra money, and I'll be like, "Hey, can you make a couple loops around and everything?"
Yeah, can you shake our tail, bro?
How much do you give him?
I'll give him. Well, is the currency the same? Just for simplicity purposes.
You're in pounds sterling, but it converts the same. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let me see how much money I have. I'll give him $7.
7 pounds sterling.
Yes.
Okay.
Is that a lot?
Yes.
Okay.
He happily takes it. He's like, "You want me to lose somebody?"
Yeah.
He won't know where to go. He won't know which way is up, and he just bolts. He gets going. You see the black car start to pull away from the drive, and he pulls away slowly, and then realizes how fast this cab is going away, and he starts to accelerate, and it's only the cabbie knows his way through the city without any issue, and it's only but maybe 10 minutes of driving extremely erratically through the city. I mean, you fly past Buckingham Palace at one point, and the next thing you know, you're over by the Orient Club, and then you're up over where your hotel is, and then you're down over where Waterloo Station is. The next thing, you're zigzagging all over the city. But yeah, after a short amount of time, the guy who was following you is nowhere to be found.
Nice. Fred Crumb would just be like, it wouldn't really bother him too much, because I imagine, whenever whenever he's out on patrols and stuff, and he has to like drive really fast and erratically, then he's done this before.
Yeah. So you guys, you make it to the location on the cheap side.
Sweet.
You go to the door where, in the door of the room. What do you do?
Should we knock?
Ding dong.
Do you knock on the door?
Yeah,
Would probably be polite.
No, she said ding dong. She just walks up and ding dong. Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, literally says ding dong.
Yeah.
Not even knock. Not even just ding dong.
Is ding dong the password?
I think so.
Did you knock on the door? Or ding dong. Because you're speaking to a door.
Yeah, we'll do like a little,
All right. At which point you hear some rumbling behind the door. The chain pops off. There's a latch that is undone. And very cautiously, you see a Beddoes opening the door. You can see that his hands are bandaged.
I'll hand him the little note that we got.
Okay. Give me psychology rolls.
Okay. Let's see. Oof.
You know, as you do.
Wow. 3 successes. The 3 of you succeeded. You notice he's in a very nervous state.
Okay.
As you walk in, though, you see why he might be nervous. You see a very burned body on the bed. Inside room, the drapes have been pulled and shut out as much light as possible. You can see the professor on the bed. You can see, his face is partially burned on one side. His eyes are swollen shut. He looks a little different, but that's, to be expected for somebody who's been burned.
We gotta change them, right?
What?
Sorry.
Why haven't you seen a doctor, man?
Beddoes is like, we can't go to the hospital. Those people who are hunting us will obviously be looking for us there.
Are they Turkish men?
They are the people that are trying to hunt us down. Some of them were Turkish men, yes.
Okay, we nearly had one on our tail, but we lost him, don't worry.
Good, I'm glad. Let's see if he's up for speaking with you. At which point Beddoes goes to the professor and helps sit him up in the bed. He's gasping, wheezing, and unable to really talk, hoarser in his voice. Well, I guess my research in the Sedefikar simulacrum has brought my enemies. I was hoping to travel across Europe and find the pieces of the simulacrum and destroy them. But now I don't know that I'll be doing much traveling. Last night's was like a cry across London to see if I could get any assistance. But my enemies followed me home. This Turkish madmen. They tried to burn me alive. Beddoes and I both. Luckily, my man saved me. Unfortunately, my notes were destroyed in the fire. But they must not be allowed to recover the statue. I am obviously in no condition to travel, but I ask that you 5 people, you track down the pieces of the simulacrum and you destroy it.
He has the statue, right?
The Sedefikar simulacrum. I do not. I know where the pieces. I have an idea where the pieces are. What I can remember is that the statue, it was dismembered in Paris sometime just prior to the French Revolution. At the time, it was owned by a noble by the name of Comte Fenelic. Some parts may be in France somewhere. I know that through my research, Napoleon carried a piece to Venice when he invaded the city. Another fragment made its way all the way to Trieste around the same time. Maybe look up Johanna Winckelmann at the museum there. I think there's a piece somewhere in the Serb, Croat, and Sloven kingdom. Maybe speak to Dr. Milovan Trodovic. He's the curator at the Belgrade Museum. We know that one piece did make it to Sofia during the Bulgaria War in 1875, although at the time, many things were hidden, so maybe buried somewhere. We know the final piece was sold to a man from Milan, somewhere in Paris, just after the Great War. You need to take the pieces and take them back to their creation point in Constantinople. There's a place there called the Shunned Mosque, and there's a ritual you can find in the Sedefikar scrolls that will allow you to destroy the simulacrum, although I've been unable to find them at present. You must go. You must go quickly.
Do you...
At which point, Beddoes gives him a cup of water, and he sips on it. As he falls, slouches a little bit further down in the pillows.
Is there any way you can repeat that? I only got about the first name on my notes, and then you lost me. You were talking really fast.
Oh my gosh.
At which point, after the professor finishes talking, Beto pulls out a Vasile, a small carry bag, and he opens it up, showing you 200 brand new Bank of England £5 notes. It's £1,000 sterling, and hands it over to you along with this note.
Yeah.
But you make it bigger, it gives you most of that information that I just said.
Okay. All right. So, is there anything he could have told us about the thing that we already have, or he just doesn't know about it?
Do you guys show it to him?
Yeah, we'll show. Before we go, I know you really
I
wanted
grab
to see
his
that.
arm. No, what are you doing? We just don't. You can't just whip that thing out all willy nilly. What do you?
This
you
man
thinking?
is, this is his life's
yeah.
work.
But who else is watching this man? And I start looking around my shoulders dramatically.
Sure. His eyes brighten just a little bit at the side of the sarcophagus, and he's like, "Show me the writing on the inside. I care not for the hieroglyphics."
Have we opened it yet?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He'll open it up.
All right, you give him the lid, and inside is the writing. The Mu language. Somehow this made it into the Southern Pacific language. Made it into this sarcophagus. It references the scrolls. I think this might have been originally used to transport one of the Sedefkar scrolls around, but obviously this is no longer its resting place. This could have helped some, but no more. But please, you must find these pieces and you must destroy the statue. If it falls into the madman's hands, these Turkish men that tried to burn me alive, who knows what they will do to the world?
Do we know the name of the group?
I'm afraid I do not. Just enemies came out when I was looking for allies. At which point Betos kind of walks up. He's like, "My master needs rest, I'm afraid."
Understood.
Yes, he's very injured. We will be moving away from here as soon as you guys leave. So we'll try our best to keep track of you as you make your travels. But at present, we will be in hiding. Do not try and find us. You will not.
Fred nods. And I guess we're off to go off and get a train to the first area that we need to go to. Paris, was it? Is that the closest?
If you wanted to get to Paris, you would need to take the train to Dover and then take the ferry across to Calais and then take a train from Calais to Paris. One last thing. You will have tickets waiting for you at the Orient Express. It apparently follows the trail along all of these. The trail of the Orient Express follows along and hits these cities in its path. So when you arrive, you will need to check in with them. They have trains headed south eastern about every other day. But you have tickets reserved. We made sure we took care of that this morning.
Perfect.
Well, I have a question.
Sure.
What's a simulacrum?
It's a statue that holds immense power.
Okay.
Oh, I think we found a statue like that before. We were inspecting it. It's like Michelangelo.
Oh, the one you found the secret on the testicles, right?
Is that what you mean? Like something like that kind of statue?
He looks at you oddly. No, this is something else my master has been researching his entire life. I am not privy to most of the information that's his research is a mystery to me. I don't know much on it, so maybe I don't really have an answer for you. Trains to Dover. I think when we'll leave. Let's see. Today is Saturday. Tomorrow it won't run. So a train to Dover will leave on Monday.
Do you have any clues where any other ones might be, so we can do some planning tomorrow?
I all the information I have is written on the note I give you. Unfortunately, I have nothing else for you. My master is too far gone to give you any further information. Unfortunately, he needs his rest.
Oh nay.
Guess we better prepare and make sure we keep our tail light, if you know what I mean, and make sure no one's trailing us.
Sure. Okay. So do you guys leave? Stay?
Well, I guess we'll, let him have his rest.
Okay.
He can't really speak anymore, and his assistant probably isn't as expertly knowledged as he is. So we'll bid him farewell. Hopefully he gets better. Send him some flowers, maybe, I don't know.
Sure.
So we need to bring this statue back to Constantinople.
We should not let it out of our sight.
The statue has been broken up into several pieces. You need to take the pieces, collect them, and destroy them in Constantinople is the gist of the story.
That's
to clarify.
I don't think we should go to too many places that would be suspicious, because we already have people that are suspicious of us. What do you think, Mr. Moore?
I tend to agree.
All right, let's just lie low in the hotel and get out of here.
Okay. Okay, so you guys go back to the hotel at the end of after speaking with Beddoes. You lay low, as so to speak. You get up the next morning. Assuming you're gonna have breakfast again.
Yep.
Good. You read the newspaper, and an article catches your eye. Man disappears in cloud of smoke. Spontaneous human combustion? Linked to triple murder case? Police today are investigating the disappearance of Mr. Henry Stanley, 41. Stoke.
Do we recognize that name?
New Islington. You do not.
Okay.
I
was just wondering if it was the name that he said to go see, like the other professor.
Newington, who was reported missing last night by his landlady, Miss Constance Atkins. She alleges she heard a cry from Mr. Stanley's upstairs room at 8 o'clock. He did not answer to her knock, and when she opened the door, the room was full of smoke and there was no sign of him. Mr. Stanley is not married. He is noted to be a train enthusiast and a member of London's Train Spotters Association. His disappearance may be a case of spontaneous human combustion. Police have refused to comment on similar cases have been reported in England earlier this century. The most recent known is that of Mr. J. Temple Thurston, who burned to death at his home in Dartford, Kent in 1919. It has been revealed that the model train set found on the scene was purchased last week from the shop of Mehmet Makriat. The child's toy may have caused the fire. Readers may recall the three bodies, all identified as Mr. Makriat, found earlier this week in a Chelsea hotel room. Police have not ruled out the possibility of a link between the two cases.
And that's something that happened in this time. Maybe we can check out the store, although I don't think it's going to be open with all this going on.
Okay. Did you want to make your way over to Islington to his shop?
Yeah, sure. Let's try to. It's in Islington.
Yeah, it's not far away. It's in Islington's over there. You can make your way into. I mean, you have the Sunday to figure, do what you wish until the Dover train the next day. Yeah, you're able to find his address, no problem. You get to his shop. It is. It's a nice place. It's an antiques buyer guide list of it's a well-renowned antique shop. It does look closed.
Sad.
Does it look like it's like a crime scene or anything?
No, not a crime scene. It's just got a small brick shop, 2 stories. It's got a small closed sign, rests on the door's window.
You say a small closed sign?
Yeah, it's got a closed sign. Closed sign hanging on the door.
Does it have hours on it?
No.
Is it like is there like an alleyway, or is it just like in between 2 other?
I mean, if you went around back, there might be one.
I want to try to like walk around back.
Sure. You can make your way to the alley in the back, and then make your way to where you think the back of the building is. Back to the store is. You see a door there on the left corner.
Does the door look closed?
Is it closed? Yeah, the door's closed.
Can we unclose it?
I don't know. Can you unclose it? It's locked. Do you want to try and unlock it?
Oh, I don't know if, maybe one of you?
It is a locksmith check.
I can give it a look. I might be able to get in. I've had to do this before.
A locksmith's check? Is that even a...
Oh my god!
You both jam things into the lock, trying to get it unlocked, and it doesn't seem to have any effect.
I didn't think it would, no.
You hear the locking mechanism inside, but it's not acquiescing to your skills.
I may have made a mess of things.
Is there such thing as silencers in the 1920s?
No.
Okay, never mind.
There's this is a window on the door.
Oh, I guess we can look through the window. Can I have a look-see? Kind of cut my hands around it and just kind of look around.
You look through the window and you're looking at the back of some blinds.
Oh, okay.
Like, the pull-down blind, the little real thing. It's covering the back window.
I mean,
maybe there's somebody in there. Maybe we can just knock.
Yeah, let's knock on the door. Ding dong.
Ding dong. You knock on the door and wait maybe a minute, 2 minutes. Nothing happens.
Okay, I don't think there's anybody in here. Well, I don't condone breaking the law.
What's a little bit of light crime among friends?
They do not like me here. Obviously, I don't know why. I'm just trying to help, and if I have to get my hands dirty to figure shit out on my own.
Sure. How do you guys want to try and break the window?
I don't. How much do we care about learning about a Mr. Who was it, Makowitz? Say his name.
Makriat.
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 Yes.
Do you guys want to break the window? All in favor, say aye. Nobody.
All right, let's not break the window.
Okay. I just throwing that out there.
Look, all right.
Going through our options.
I'm willing to do a lot for some insight, right? But I also believe firmly in the rule of law.
Uh-huh.
So
Okay.
breaking and entering, not really my kind of thing.
Weren't you the first one to try and pick that lock?
I was just trying to see what it looked like, you see.
By jamming something into it?
I was just checking to see if it happened to be unlocked. Now, if we thought that maybe there was someone in danger or a crime was on commission, then we would have a reasonable purpose for forcing our way into the building. And I kind of look up and I cut my hand to my ear. Do you hear that? Someone's in danger! And I punch the window.
Give me a brawl skill.
Oh, shit.
Oh, no.
Nope.
You punch the window, and you think you're giving it all you can, and you pull your hand back. Ah, my hand. Window isn't broken.
Oh,
Okay. So I think
well, I tried.
Well, someone's in favor of breaking the window at this point.
All right, Mr. Moore, what do you think?
All right, well,
We're here.
My hand.
All right, Fred is going to grab his coat and kind of take it off and then put it up to the window and punch it that way, so that way it doesn't make as much noise.
Give me a brawl with bonus die.
Yes.
Oh, man.
I'm going to use my luck points for that.
You can roll a bonus by.
Oh, right.
Same number. So yeah, you would have to roll 4 or use 4 luck to make it a success.
Okay, that's fine. 28. Okay.
Yeah,
So
make that roll.
Success. You break it. It's the glass breaking is muffled by the jacket. Not as much as you'd hoped it would be, but it's still enough that you look both ways around the street, and it doesn't look like anyone is paying any mind. And you're in the back alley, so it's not a huge deal.
Nice. Fred will reach in and unlock the door.
Okay. You unlock the door. It swings in on the left. The hinge is on the left side, and it looks like you're in a storeroom in the back as well. It looks like when you walk in, there's some stairs off to your left, going up into an upper floor. And then there's another door in the middle of the wall in front of you. Looks like it would lead out to the front.
I'm gonna go check if the front door's unlocked. See if we've made a mistake.
You go up to where the front door is. You check it. It is firmly locked.
It'd be funny if it was just open. Gosh dang it. All right. So
when you're walking back, when you're in the front area, you see a counter right as you exit the door, and then there's the main shopping area. Looks like there's some cabinets underneath the counter, and of course, there's the stairs going upstairs.
I think we should check out upstairs because that's where the other spooky stuff allegedly happened.
Hey, did you guys open the door?
Yes.
I can't exactly climb in through the window. Oh, good, excellent.
Yes, the door was opened.
That's great.
Yes. Okay. So you guys go upstairs. It looks like a living area. So you walk upstairs, you get to a living area as you get to the top of the stairs. Looks like there's a small partition up and an office just on the other side of the partition. As you get up the stairs and look around or hook around, there's a kitchen there on the opposite side of where the stairs are. And yeah.
Oh crap! Is there anybody home?
No, it doesn't look like it.
Oh, okay.
There's the very far side of the opposite of the stairs. There's another door. It looks like it's open. It looks like it might lead to a bedroom.
Okay. I'd be looking for a desk with like maybe some papers on it.
Okay. You
Information.
see a desk in the partitioned office. On it, you see a book.
What's the book?
You open it up, and it looks like it's the accounting for the store. Give me an accounting roll.
Oh, joy.
Yes. Accounting. This game has everything.
Does.
All right.
Does the desk appear to be like? Does it have drawers or anything in it?
Yeah, it's got drawers in it. But
See if I can go through the drawers while Mr. Crumb makes heads or tails of the ledger.
Look for any fake IDs or something.
It doesn't look like there's anything of interest. Just most of it's empty. The only thing of real interest is this book, this accounting book.
Light rating there, Mr. Crumb.
I don't understand any of these freaking numbers, man.
Does anyone else want to try accounting?
Sure, I will.
That's
I-
higher than a 5.
Manage all my own finances, all the
I always get a tax.
returns from the book. I'm quite good at it, actually. The best.
And Austin,
Did nobody put points into this skill?
I even checked on. Well, no. Let me. No, that's the wrong person. Let me check Mueller because he's there with you.
Listen, man. When you got money, you don't want to do your own accounting.
Oh, that makes sense. That's
Sure,
He failed the least, though.
he did.
Do we all want to pitch in some luck points to make that? Just kidding.
Not how that works, unfortunately.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so you guys look at it and you can't make heads or tails of it. But you spend it basically takes you longer than you expect to. You have this book with you and you're reading over it. There's no chance of anybody walking in on you, it looks like. So let's say Fred Crumb, you're the one who found it. So you spend about an hour reading this book and you finally figure it out. It just takes longer than you expected to.
Huzzah.
And you notice a consignment note for one Wrightson Special Commission train set, purchased from the estate of Randolph Alexis some months ago. And then in the ledger for the current shop sales, the last item sold was one Wrightson Special Consignment train set, delivered to Mr. Stanley, or Henry Stanley of Stoke, Newington, for £1.
Okay. So, we should probably head on over there, maybe? You said Wrightson what?
It was a Wrightson Special Commission train set delivered to Mr. Henry Stanley of Stoke, Newington. If anybody would like to give me a history or an occult.
Okay.
Did you say occult?
Let me get to the right screen.
I have a look. Can I try a history? Okay.
extreme success. Look at that.
I know.
This is my wheelhouse, okay?
Oh gosh.
Sure.
So much occult.
All right, come on, hit me.
All right. The toy train is modeled on the London Liverpool Express in 1897. This year, the express derailed that cost the lives of many. The details of the deadly crash are found in a newspaper of that period or any good book on railway disasters. The train derailed northwest of London under strange circumstance. The engine and tender and the first two carriages were never recovered from the river in which they were presumed lost. The remaining carriages were totally wrecked. Over 100 people were killed or missing. Police and railway investigators speculate that an anarchist involvement, but no cause for the disaster has ever been shown. Dive teams found nothing to recover, but the river had been high from unusual rains at the time. They believe the missing coaches may have been carried downstream. An unnamed official observed that a 70-odd ton locomotives, at least, were unlikely to drift downstream, no matter how strong the current. the matter rests and was forgotten, basically.
Man.
That's what your cult gets you.
I share all of that with the rest of the group. But of course, while I do it, I'm ranting and raving. My hands are going, flying around. So I'm very excited to share the story.
Yes. Absolutely. So you guys spend like your morning at Macriat's shop. Did you want to do any research in London while you're here?
I mean, we could research about that crash. I mean,
Yeah.
no. In the accounting, did he order any more of those train sets, the models?
No, it looks like it was a special commission train.
Good idea.
Like toy train set.
Okay, and then what was the name link? What was it?
Was it modeled after?
Yeah, it was Wrightson, right?
The model itself was the Wrightson.
Okay, all right.
We go the exact name. It's the Wrightson Special Commission train set. So the little toy train set.
Okay. Yeah, I guess we'd be going back to that one library.
Okay.
Maybe, and reading about the Wrightson trains. Because I love trains.
You love trains?
I like trains.
Okay. And yeah, there's also the London Train Spotting Society if you wanted to talk to them as well.
Right. Yeah, we should do that too.
Yeah, we can see if they know that guy and if he was up to anything shady.
Sure. So where would you like to go first?
Say we go to the Train Society or
Yeah.
whatever closer, I guess. But we go to the Train Society, ask about this guy, and then follow up on that weird crash, I guess.
Sure. Okay, you go to the headquarters of the association. It's in a house in Camberwell, which is down here. And you go knocking on the door, and a man answers. A man by the name of Arthur Butters. Ah, well, welcome to my home. What can I do for you folks?
Yeah, nice to meet you. I'm Officer Brandon, and I'd like to talk to you about trains.
Trains?
This
is Train Society. We love trains here.
Perfectly normal conversation.
I like people who like trains. I think we can have a discussion.
Oh, what train? We have a dinner tonight. You should come, and the whole society will be here. Well, most of the society will be here. We can talk about trains. Boy, is there anything I can talk to you about right now?
Yeah, we were wondering who was the guy that went missing on that. Here's the guy that went missing. Yeah, have you heard about Mr. Stanley? He disappeared in a cloud of smoke, and we were wondering if you knew anything about that.
Yes, he was a quiet and likable chap, longtime member of the association.
Has he ever disappeared in a puff of smoke around you guys before?
No, that's very odd.
I don't think it's odd at all.
My goodness. Fred would ask if he had acquired any newer model trains or anything like that, or if he has been like showing off like a new train model that he had or anything.
Oh, you're talking about the set he had purchased, right? The commissioned. Very poor taste model. Depicting an actual train which wrecked in '97 on the Liverpool run. There's a great loss of life. He had a keen eye for the authentic, but not much interest in its history, if you divine my sense chance. It was a gorgeous model, even for £1 The police brought the set by. It's in the cellar right now, leaning, if we have it right now. We don't want to display it, of course, but yeah, we have it downstairs.
Yeah, we were just curious because we saw the paper this morning and stuff, and You know, I'm a little bit of an investigator myself, although I am off duty. I'm from the states and everything. But you know, I can't help but be curious.
You all have very American accents.
Thank you.
You're welcome. But yes, the train set is down, so we have it leaning against the wall.
Do you mind if we take a peek? Just you know.
Give me a credit rating roll.
Credit rating. Oh no.
no.
Oh no. Oh goodness.
Oh no.
Cthulhu gods be of my side. Oh wow. 42 versus 24.
Brandon, this is your chance.
Let me see if let me see if I can. Where even is this field? So here it is. Oh yeah.
There you go.
Check out this card. Oh man, David Moore's got a nice credit card too. Look at that.
Well, I suppose we can bring you down there and take a look at it. Sure. And he lets you come into his home. It's very very amicable man. He brings you down to his basement, and it's this train set. It's very interesting looking. It's an electric train set. It's got like a figure eight pattern to it. It's got a particularly twisted like figure eight. There's no scenery, but it seems like there's a series of ramps alternating the elevation on the circuit. And it just looks like it needs a battery, and you could probably start running the trains that go with it.
Like so, sir, tell me about this. Tell me about this train.
Oh, it's atrocious. I mean, again, it's such a poor taste. From the '97 crash, it's horrible thing.
I'd like to look at the train itself to see if there's anything like, I guess, any symbolic weirdness to it.
Sure.
That sounds weird coming out, but
Yeah, as you examine the cars, they have strange symbols of some weird meaning on the undercarriage of each car.
Okay.
Do the letters look similar to what's in the sarcophagus?
No.
Okay.
Have we seen these letters before?
No. They seem to be like symbols, like glyphs of some sort.
Hey, Boomer.
Yeah,
Mr. Boomer.
Yes.
Copy those down as best you can.
Oh, of course. And I start sketching them on my sketch pad, ironically.
If you want, we could loan this to you if you want to take this back and study it further.
Indeed. I will. I'm already taking it from him.
The train. Okay. You guys have we can loan this to you for a few days. Just bring it back when you're finished looking it over.
What day does the train leave?
The Dover train, they run Monday through Friday, so tomorrow's Monday.
Okay, so we can leave tomorrow, or we can leave anytime during the next week?
Yes, you have booked through the week in your current hotel.
Okay. Just making sure we're not late.
No. So yeah, take the train.
Take these back and see if we can figure out what these letters mean.
Okay. Do you notice there's no power? You would need a new battery. You pick one up on the way?
If there's a store or
sure.
They know where to get.
You can stop by a store and you take the train set, this figure eight train set, back to your room, one of your rooms, and you set up the train?
I'll try to start setting up the train, get it on the tracks, make that figure eight.
See if we can get it to work, yeah.
Okay. Who's setting it up?
Brandon will give it a go.
Brandon will give it a go. Great. Excellent. You set it up and you set it on its merry way. It starts going up and down on this figure eight track, just making it circuit around and around and around. It looks like a normal train set, a normal electric train set. You just let it go.
It'll
It seems to work. Didn't we want to like inspect the symbols on the bottom or something?
No,
yeah, I tried to say that a while ago, but
when you inspect the symbols, there's nothing you can really discern from them. An occult roll or anything like that won't give you anything. I'm just clarifying that part. Okay. So you let the train go. It's just rolling on its course.
Toot toot.
Keeps going. It's just making its rounds through. This just looks like a normal train. After, I don't know, about 10 minutes, it's making its way along the way. And Brandon, you notice that the tracks that it's running on start to shimmer a little bit. And then the room you're in starts to shake a little bit. Like there's a train approaching you.
Whoa,
in your
do you guys do this?
room. Next thing you know, you see a train, like a ghost train coming at you, like much like the poltergeist that Professor Smith was talking about in your room. You're in a pretty big room for where you're at. The train comes up to you. Comes right up to you, right into the room, like it's like along the windows, for instance. You see the engine pass, you see the coal car pass, and they disappear into the wall on the other side of the room. And the first passenger car stops right there. Everyone give me a sanity roll.
Oh no.
Rip. Can I push?
You can't push these rolls. So everyone loses 5 sanity, which I'm pretty sure triggers something else. Let's find out. I think this is a temporary insanity thing. Hooray! Yep, 5 or more sanity rolls. I need everyone who failed to give me an intelligence roll.
Oh, good. I succeeded.
Yeah, that's good. All right, so Boomer and David, you're fine. Brandon, you're not fine.
Oh, that's right. You want to fail. I will not use luck.
You want to fail it. Okay, Brandon. For the next 10 hours, let's roll a D100. 84. For the next 10 hours, oh, Jesus, this is unfortunate. You have fear of train travel.
Oh, no.
Cytoromophobia. I can't even believe it. I cannot even believe that's what happened.
Yeah, guys, I don't think we can go on the train today.
Well, Brandon, as you start suffering that mania, you see people coming off the train, and they come up to you, Brandon. They're all coming up to you. What? And they're all dressed very like they're from the 1890s, very old costumes. They glide off the train straight towards Brandon. Like, what time do we reach Liverpool? And the woman, where's the conductor? Another man, oh, whoa. What has been the delay? And why is it so dark and cloudy? People are coming up to Brandon. They're basically these figures are all coming up to Brandon, asking him to all these questions.
I don't know. I'm not the conductor.
And they come up to you, and once this group of people surround you, Brandon, you just hear, "Come with us. Come with us. Come."
I can't get on the train.
And the crowd of people disappears, as does Brandon.
Holy crap.
Oh.
And we'll pick it up next week at that point.
Oh my God.
It's not real.
Oh, man. All right. Well, that's going to be it for today. Thank you guys for coming and hanging out. Appreciate you being here. And if you enjoyed yourself, make sure you hit that follow button. If you haven't already, make sure that you hit that button at the bottom of the stream. Join us on Discord. That's where you need to be if you want to get involved. And I will see you next week. Goodbye, everyone.